Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from Capitan, New Mexico on a Friday morning, and there's the gas prices right there, $3.59 a gallon at Brewers, and about 50 miles away, or well, actually 20 miles away, it's about 30 cents a gallon less. Figure that out. But enough said about that. Well, let's see. What do you want to touch on today? Well, let's see. Uh, First of all, I'm back in Capitan. My lot needs mowing or edging, and I'm not going to do it right now because I decided I was going to do it when I got back from my walk this morning. And as I was walking, I thought, of all the things I want to do today, edging the or weed eating the deal is not really what I want to do. I would rather take a drive over to Carrizozo and see the high desert and maybe go out to Valley of Fires and check that out. And then what else? I got me a breakfast taco. I got me some mixed nuts and dark chocolate almonds and green tea. Life is good. And I'm going to go to the Allsup's store or gas station in Carrizozo and get me a refill for 99 cents. That's a mixed thing of Dr. Pepper and Big Red, or Diet Dr. Pepper and Big Red for 99 cents. And I'm just out for a drive, but it shows I got 264 miles of range. And yeah, we'll just charge the car there at the place in Capitan using the Otero Electric, which is expensive. Well, it'll figure out to about 3.5 cents a gallon or 3.5 cents a mile, which is still very inexpensive. So anyway, yeah, we're just out for a cruise, and what else can I tell you? Well, let's see. This will be a potpourri. We'll cover a lot of stuff. Doesn't matter. As far as living in a Class C motorhome, I have to tell you, of all the things that I've done in my RV career, getting the Class C motorhome was probably the best decision I have made. Why? Because it just suits me to a T. I'm driving down the highway. I'm 77 years old. If I got a TT, then I can just pull over and do it. Or if I put on warm clothes because it was cool in the morning when I left, and as I travel during the day, it starts to warm up. Whenever I pull over to fix my lunch or a snack or whatever, I can change clothes without even getting out of the Class C. Is that a good deal? Yes. Yeah, it's just a safety thing. You know what I mean? I don't have to get out at all. I don't. If I'm on a near an interstate where there's a lot of traffic and stuff, and I pull way over, yeah, it's very good for me. In fact, I would love to have something like that gets about 20 miles to the gallon as a family driver. You know what I mean? Just have one vehicle, and that leads to a Class B. Well, a Class B, man, they are just too expensive, and you don't get, in my opinion, you don't get what you pay for. I mean, a Class C motorhome. Aside, if it got, in fact, for me, it would work. I could use that vehicle as my family driver. It's a little awkward. I tried it when I first got it, but it could be done. Now, am I going to do it? No. I've got me a vehicle. I'm driving a 2022 Chevy Bolt electric vehicle right now, and yeah, we're good. I just charge it on 110 when I'm traveling. I can use it at state parks, national parks, and at my lot in Capitan, fill up overnight and ready to go the next day. Because I average let's just say I average driving 60 miles a day. To put 60 miles in this car at 4 miles an hour takes 15 hours. Let's say I get back to my spot in Capitan at say 11 a.m. or even noon. 12 midnight's 12 hours. At 3 a.m. I've put back what I used, and then the rest of it's just gaining ground. I did not sneeze. I know it sounded like that, but I did not sneeze. Yeah, they got a lot of mountain cedar up here, juniper, and I don't know if it's in bloom or what, but I know my nose has been itching since I've been here. But it could be a number of things. It could be something else blooming, but I don't really care because it doesn't really bother me other than I sneeze every now and then. Is that bad? No, it's good for you. And then what else? But anyway, living in the Class C is okay, muy bueno. And then as far as doing something here in Capitan, I know I've thought about putting something there many times, as you know. And just keep coming to a dead end street. So with that, in fact, yesterday I did call a mobile home or manufactured home dealer in Roswell, because I saw some on the way through as I was coming to Capitan, and thought, boy, those look pretty neat. They were really small, looked like they might be about 400 square feet or so, 500 max. And so I called the lady. Yeah, they were 488 square feet or whatever she said. But guess what? They were $79,000 a piece. Yo, $79,000. That just gets the unit. By the time you get it set up on your lot, electric and septic and stuff, you're looking at $100,000. Do I need to do that? No. Am I? No. No, I got a place in Texas. I got a house in Texas, so we'll just stick with that. But anyway, yeah, we're cruising down Highway 380, headed to Carrizozo. We'll let this go till I get to the Allsups there and go in and get me a refill. You know what I mean? And then what else is going on? Yeah, something I'll mention too, for particularly older people like me, is, if there's something you need to do that requires manual labor, like getting out and, physically getting with it, it's okay to do limited duty, so to speak. But if you're going to be lifting 50-pound bags or, pulling weeds and stuff, that's up to you. That's your choice. Because if you screw up now, if you screw up at over age 70, it's a permanent screw up. It doesn't repair, or very slowly. So what I'm going to do, it occurred to me this morning as I was sitting there, I was looking, I thought, I don't know if I can get all this stuff with a weed eater. I probably need a lawnmower. Am I going to buy a lawnmower? Absolutely not. So I walked for my exercise. I went by the grocery store, checked the bulletin board, didn't see anything, went inside, talked to the girl in the deli and got me a breakfast taco. And she said, yeah, she knew somebody and she'd send them by. She didn't know their name. She just knew where they lived and stuff. And she said she'd tell them to come by my place and mow my grass. And I said, okay, good deal. So we'll get that done. And what I'll do, I'll just set up an arrangement with them whereby they go by every now and then and check it when the months that I'm not there, and take a picture, send me a text. If it looks like it needs mowing, I'll give them the okay, and then send them a check in the mail when it's done. Then they take another picture, okay, you understand? Show me it's done. And so that's the way that's going to go down. As far as, hooking up to the water, if I come out here in off season like now, hooking up to the water, as I mentioned in the comment call this morning, it's $140, $100 for the hookup, and then $40 for an administrative fee, plus $75 a month. So if you want to stay 1 month, it would be $225 or in that range. Ain't gonna happen, okay? It's not gonna happen, not with old dad. So, yeah, so anyway, isn't this pretty though? Look at this. This is what I call the window right here. The window into the mountains. I mean, it's just beautiful here, man. Temperature right now shows to be 60 degrees. And is that nice? Hell yes. Shows to be 8:56 a.m. And yeah, that's pretty neat. Pretty neat. What I like about this car, we're going down a hill, and what it does is it does the regenerative braking, so that as you're going down the hill, instead of gaining a lot of speed, it's recharging the battery. Yeah, it holds the speed about what you were, and recharges the battery. And that's pretty damn good, isn't it? But I got to find out. See, there's a lot of things I don't know about this car yet. Like, I don't know how to turn on the defroster yet. I know how to turn the heater on because it just sits right there. It says heat. I got that, but I didn't see anything for defrost. And you punch another button, shows climate, brings up another screen. But I'll figure it out. I got an owner's manual, and I can read the English language. Barely, but I can. So here we go down the highway here. And it's nice. I'm telling you, man. And it's, for me, now I've got a tentative. Oh, I told you I got a breakfast taco, right? Okay, I did. Anyway, yeah. So for right now, just a tentative plan. God, could this change 15 times? Yes. You know me. So, but right now, I've got enough water in the freshwater tank to last about 10, 12 days. So I'm just going to kind of hang there at the lot in Capitan for about 10 or 12 days, and get the stuff mowed and cleaned up and put the salt out to keep stuff from coming back, hopefully, and keep the weeds down, so to speak. And then I'm going to go to Valley of Fires, maybe over to Elephant Butte, and then back around to Oliver Lee if it's not jam-packed like it can be this time of the year, because people are starting to move south for the winter, some of the early snowbirds. And then I'll probably just make a long trip and get back into Texas maybe mid-November, when it gets a lot cooler, or a little cooler anyway. And that's kind of where we're headed, guys. But as far as the electric vehicle, I give it a 9 or a 10. I'm completely satisfied with it. It works fine for me. For other people that have different driving habits, distances, so forth, it may not. And so that's just the way that goes. These things are pretty well individualized, or work for certain individuals, and certain people they don't. So, with the build out of the electric charging station starting now, should be in a year or two, no problem at all. But it's no problem now. I mean, for me, I got 260 miles of range, and so we're fine. I mean, I'll burn up about 60 miles today, but so just enjoy the view, guys. I'm going to have me a little snack and my green tea, and pick my nose and all those important things that I need to do. I'll tell you what I did. You'll love this. I put on my hoodie this morning because it was about 48 degrees when I started my walk, and there was in my left ear, I felt a tickling in my left ear, and I thought, damn, wonder what that is, And anyway, so I did the walk, got back to the house, got a flashlight, shined it in my left ear. There was a goddamn hair, a foot long, hanging out there. Just one hair, but it was so thin that if I looked in the mirror without the flashlight, I couldn't even see it. So that's why I got the flashlight. I shined the flashlight, and sure enough, there was one little old hair there, and I got my special little scissors out and went to work on it. I had a hard time getting it, because it was kind of hidden in there, but I got it. That's just crazy stuff that happens as we grow up. You know what I mean? So yeah, we're doing all right here. We're doing fine. We're doing fine here in this world for right now. Oops. I've even learned how to turn the cruise on real easily. The adaptive cruise, set to 52 miles an hour right now, because there's no traffic on this road. There's one car coming in front of me, but there's nothing behind me. And isn't this pretty though, man? Look at that. I mean, I just love this, man. I could be in Fort Clark Springs right now, sitting in my RV like a little bird in a nest, but instead I chose to travel the path less traveled. Sometimes, particularly as you get older, sometimes you just got to get up and kick yourself in your own butt and say, okay, let's go do something, and with the flexibility I have with the motorhome, I can do something anytime. But I'm doing me. I'm not trying to encourage anybody to follow my path or trail, but you do you. If you're comfortable doing what you're doing, then do the hell out of it. Off to the right is that property. Is where I was going to buy that property last year. I'll turn it out there a little bit. Yeah. But it was just a view. That's the only reason I wanted it. I can't believe they didn't sell it. That thing's been on the market for going on 7 years. I'm telling you, man. I think it's time to let go of that dude, don't you? That boat anchor. I might drive by there. Well, I'll drive by there later on my own, because I want to get to Allsup's. It's very important that I get me a drink, a soda. I got to take a bite of my dark chocolate mix here. I got some dark chocolate it's that Walmart brand. It's 85% dark chocolate, and or 85% cocoa, or whatever they say. And anyway, I always look at the expiration date. It said it expired like December 2023. I opened the package this morning, and I don't know much about white chocolate. it was like a kind of a light tan color. Not good, huh? Typical. Always check the expiration date. Sometimes you'll find they don't have one. Should you buy the product then? I don't know. That's up to you. I noticed that if you buy food products from Amazon, most of the time they do not have a expiration date. Why? Because they've got them in warehouses and they have to have a long shelf life, so somehow they get by with that without putting it on there. You probably hear me crunching on my mixed nuts. Good old long Saturday morning video. Why not? I need to wash my Spark. When I was in when I was in Yoakum County Park night before last, when you park where they have the hookups, they also have sprinklers for that park, and they're not exactly aimed correctly. Some of them water the road, and they will also water your RV. Well, during the night or sometime, one of them watered my car, and it's pretty hard water. It leaves the hard water deal spots. So, but I know you wanted to know that. Isn't this pretty though, man? Just miles and miles of beautiful view. I'm telling you. And you go from here, well, like Capitan, when you go to Ruidoso, that's a totally different drive. Totally different. Got mountains and forest. Beautiful drive there. This right here, you got wide open spaces, mountains around, and then if I go over to Elephant Butte, it's just flat. Even though it's about 4,000 feet, it's flat, and there are mountains in the background. You can see the mountains around Alamogordo from there. But I just like this area, and this little loop that I'm thinking about making that I've done before, go from Capitan to Valley of Fires to Elephant Butte to I don't know where, probably. I don't know that I'll be able to get into Oliver Lee, but then and then just kind of head back. Stay a week here, a week there. You know what I mean? Take about 6 weeks to get back. There's no hurry, but I can see right now, for me, it doesn't appear that the winters in Capitan would be suited to my Texas body. More whiskey. Let me get a swallow of my tea here. Okay, I got it. Almost. We're not far from Allsups. About, well, I guess 4 minutes. About. And on and on we go. I sure like this area. If I'd have bought that place in Carrizozo, this whole picture of my whole life would be different. If I had sold my motorhome, as I've tried to do a couple of times, not real hard, but kind of, if it would have sold, totally different. So there's so many paths that you can take in life. All of them are different. It doesn't mean any of them are better than the other. It just means they're different. Variety is the spice of life. But don't over variety it, just like you wouldn't want to over spice your food. I don't know how this sound's working out. I mean, I'm using that external mic so we don't get any, quote, road noise. What would I change if I could change anything? Underwear. Oh, man. I sure am glad I decided to put that weed eating off forever. Oh, and on the way back to my lot from walking this morning, I walked by the library, and they have books outside under a covered patio thing that are free. They have boxes full of them. So I just went over there and was checking them. And there was one by James Michener. I don't think I've read it. It's called Chesapeake. I'm going to check that one out. It's a typical historical fiction, Michener type. Well, if you like driving videos, you're going to love this one because it just goes on and on. Off to the right is Valley del Sol. And you can check on real estate for sale in there. It's really a neat place. I'm looking at that place I was going to buy, and there's nobody there. I mean, it's the same old place. It's going to be interesting to see how much gasoline is here at Allsup's. 20 miles from Capitan. I'm guessing that it's $2.39, 20 cents cheaper. Yeah, and what I do, see, I've got I got over half a tank in the Class C now, but on the way to Valley of Fires, I'll top off here, and that'll give me enough gas to get back into Texas because it gives me a 500-mile range. Okay, what do we have here? We got a stoplight right on top of the bridge. That's new. Keep right, okay. Well, apparently got a one-laner here. Stop here for red. Well, that looks red to me. I stopped here. How cute. They're not working on the bridge, or at least I don't see it. Nice view, isn't it? I love it. Come on, thing. I got to go get me a soda. Okay. Anytime you are. That's a nice looking red light, isn't it? Is that a good shade of red for you guys? Well, the other side seems to be coming along pretty nicely. Huh. Maybe this side isn't working. How long would you sit here at this red light before you decided to go? Just gave up on it. Me, not too long. I give it 3 minutes max, more, and then I'm through with this. But you know what's crazy? If I decide to go turn around, like I could turn around right here, I'll be in the middle of my turn and I'll see it turn green. Oh, there we go. Just about what I was saying, huh? Okay, now here we go across the bridge. Let's see what was holding us up here. Okay, what do I see? Well, they are working on that lane over there. Yeah, they're doing that whole street all the way through Carrizozo. So we're going to go, let's see, good gosh, is this the road? Yeah. So they don't have a red light here. Now the question is can I get into Allsup's from this road? And the answer is yes, but I have to go over here. Is this guy going to stop? Nope. Okay, here, what do we got for gas? It's $3.35 a gallon here. So that's 24 cents a gallon cheaper than Capitan. A little price gouge in there, you think? Maybe. I'll pull up here to this pump with a yellow deal on it because I don't need any gas. It's a funny feeling to pull up to a gas station in an all-electric vehicle. But anyway, guys, enjoy your day, enjoy your life. Thumbs up. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want. Use the Amazon link. Keep your health, and we'll talk again sometime. Adios, bye-bye.